Ever wonder why anyone would build a stone wall in the middle of the woods? Well, they didn't. These old walls were built when much of today's forest was farmland. That's why it's not unusual to stumble across bits of old machinery and sheet metal deep in our local forests. But out in Northborough, there is one patch of woods that looks less like a former pasture and more like an old parking lot. Hikers along the Old Farm Trail in Northborough might wonder if they've stumbled upon an automotive elephant's graveyard. The carcasses of old vehicles make this stretch of woods a sort of Jurassic parking lot.
It's unexpected.
In search of answers, we find Al Bezanson, who grew up nearby on Stirrup Brook Farm.
All the kids around here were driving way before they were 16, before they got a license, because there was plenty of farmland to drive around.
Now 85 years old, Bezanson recalls tearing it up in the back fields as a teenager.
I don't know how many beautiful cars I destroyed. We kind of raced around in between the trees, and we invented our own demolition derbies. And when the cars would finally quit running altogether, we dragged them with the tractor, tipped them over, set them on fire, cut them up for scrap, and took it to Worcester to the junkyard.
70 years later, the forest has closed in on these relics. Witness the snug parking space for this 53 Olds.
They don't build them like that anymore.
Lucky for that, 53 Oldsmobiles were notorious for their faulty transmissions. Al tells us this car, which belonged to his brother, had no reverse gear. That got old after a while.
It came to a point he just said, "The heck with it," and left it here.
Stirrup Brook Farm was sold many years ago, and today the forest is town conservation land, part of the regional 30-mile Burroughs Loop Trail. Not exactly nature at its most pristine, perhaps, but a popular destination nevertheless.
They may not be happy about it being here, but actually it's kind of a museum. It's like, it's interesting.
Meanwhile, back in Sturbridge, finding the Pandora's Box geocache wasn't difficult. We just plugged GPS coordinates from geocaching.com into our phone, and the hunt was on.
Usually your GPS will be, accurate to 20 or 30 feet or so.
But solving the puzzles to get the thing open is a whole other matter. A magnet opens a hidden latch.
All right, you got it.
Messages are scrambled on sticks of wood and colored dice. Our guide, Eric Christoph, tells us most geocaches are simpler affairs, thank God. Hidden containers with a logbook to sign. The search, its own reward. The perfect pandemic pastime.
More people want to socially distance, which geocaching is great for, right? You just get out in the woods here and you can not see a soul while you're out doing it, still with your family or even by yourself.
While we continue to puzzle out Pandora's box, another mystery awaits in the woods of Central Mass. Jeff Belanger has asked us to meet him out on a lonely road in Leicester.
We have a lot of weird stuff in the woods, and this is probably the epicenter of the whole state when it comes to so many weird things in one tiny little place.
When it comes to weird, Belanger wrote the book. Literally. Author of Weird Massachusetts and numerous books about hauntings, Belanger also hosts the New England Legends podcast, and one of his top spots is a veritable vortex of weird.
Everyone knows about spider gates. I would say all around central Massachusetts. If you're into weird stories, you've heard about spider gates.
Spider Gates, an old Quaker cemetery set deep in the woods. The surrounding land, once a thriving neighborhood. But the expansion of the nearby Worcester Airport in the 1950s meant everything had to go, except the old boneyard.
Kids in the 1970s and 80s are coming out here and having parties where no one can see them, and all these legends start to just get bigger and bigger.
There are 9, quote, gates of hell one has to pass to find one's way in. The Hanging Tree, site of an alleged suicide, and reports of black-robed figures conducting candlelit ceremonies in the dark of night.
And this is where the group comes and has their ritual, where they're holding candles, dressed in robes, and paying homage to Ralph Earl.
Turns out a secretive group of undergrads called The Skull from nearby Worcester Polytech makes a moonlight pilgrimage to Spider Gates once a year to honor their founder, Rear Admiral Ralph Earl.
This is a buffet of strange legends. They're all here. We've got ghosts and alleged cult activity, suicides, and everything you can possibly imagine.
I'm freaked out. Okay, despite the spooky lore, Spider Gates is in fact a well-kept cemetery that is owned and cared for by a local Quaker group in Worcester. The grounds are open to the public, but visitors are asked to please be respectful of the surroundings. Next, when your search for weird stuff requires an overnight stay.